All right, guys, we're back. Let's talk about the People squad and how we went this week. We end up with a score of 1,067. How bad does this look on the interchange and the emergency? Holy schmokers. 4, 8, and -1. Anyway, thankfully we didn't get all three. As I was saying in the previous video, imagine the people that were playing Fui and Pap, and it's just like, what are you doing, Fui? Anyway, do you want to see the Lone Scout post on the possible suspensions for the week? Holy shit. Fui, I think, is 5 weeks they're possibly giving him. Maguire was 5 weeks. There's some huge ones in there. So, yeah, check that one out, guys. There might be a few extra guys out this week. And we'll see if any of our guys can return that are sitting on the emergencies there. There's obviously plenty of cash on our emergency list for Feeder, Mom, and Spencer as well to go along with Pap next week. So it'll be interesting to see what we decide to do with this squad. But yeah, we'll go from up top, and Brayley is 64 with a try, was fine. Crichton, yeah, what I talked about with him is that everyone's, well, not everyone, but a lot of people are trying to jump off him for some reason. There's so many other issues in a squad than Angus Crichton. Watson for 48, Harris with 63 was great. With Watson, just keep holding on to him. Hopefully he can maintain that sort of 50 minutes that he got on the weekend, which was good. Pangai with 31, we obviously brought him and Gamble in this week, so it wasn't a great gamble, wasn't a great trade-in, just based on this week, but we'll see how they go, running forward from here. With Pangai, they have the Roosters next week, which will be a little bit easier than what they had this game, but we'll just have to hope that they play a lot better, and he will score much better also. Schuster as well, a lot of people trading him out there. The Manly boys are going a lot better, so a few more attacking stats you'd imagine for Schuster, rather than just having to get points through tackles and kind of just coming up with something on the spot. So yeah, happy with his output there. We got Moses and Cleary as a really, really strong halves combo this week. A couple of the better scores is really him and Hughes that were up there in the big scores to go along with Cleary. So happy with that there. We also got Averillo as our banker, keeper, centre, catching up to Peachy and Price, which is pretty crazy. So 54 for Averillo, 27 for Peachy. It looks like if he takes an early guilty plea, he'll be 2 weeks out as well. So that'll be interesting as to what we're going to have to do in the centres. Yeah, Mom might have to be traded out if he doesn't make it back into that squad. So the only positive is Burton only played okay on the weekend. Maybe they give Mom his chance, but yeah, we'll have to work that out when it comes to it, if he does take that early guilty plea. But very happy that we held on to Teddy, and he got an amazing score for us with 80. Obviously, having Tommy in there as well with 59 is great, and it's probably something that hurt my personal team this week, was not having Teddy or Trebojevic there. So that's those two, and then Dane Laurie with 30. Reece Walsh, we obviously traded him in a couple of weeks ago, picked up a 74, which was great. Walker with 33. Tice we brought in for 4. He might be out for a week or two as well. We'll have to see what happens there. And then Pap with 8. So yeah, as I said, we've got a few guys on the emergencies there that are holding a lot of cash, and with us sitting with 21 trades, I believe, it probably makes things a little bit tougher. But we do also need to get 17 on the park. So however we are able to do that over the next few weeks, we'll have to work that out. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at on the People squad. What do you think we should do this week? Yeah, if we lose Fui, then he probably has to go, and it's like, well, do you trade in Nico Hines? He's obviously too expensive for the one trade. Are we trying to move Mom on if he doesn't get his spot back? Obviously, we're moving into round 11 now, so only a couple of weeks before the bye period, and we should count up what we've got here that are going to be playing. So if we go from Brayley and Connor, so 2 there, Pangai 3, hopefully Moses 4, Peachy 5. He should be back. If he takes the early guilty, he'll be back for 13. So 5 there. 6 with Dane Laurie. 7 with Gamble, hopefully. Fui looks like he should be out for multiple weeks as well. So 7. Oh, shit. It's all happening at the moment. And that's definite. And we should hopefully have a Spencer Lanu back over the next couple of weeks. There's a chance Leota might spend some time on the sidelines as well. So maybe 8 there. So any trade that we make right now needs to be 4-13. And if that means holding a few people into that 13 buy, then I think that's the smartest. So I suppose for us, it could be trading Mom out, could be trading Fui out, and using that cash to bring in a couple of sort of those mid to cashy kind of range players. And there's a couple of guys that we could probably target, but we won't know too much until team lists and seeing what happens with someone like Tyson Gamble after they got beat pretty poorly again this week after a couple of decent weeks. So yeah, that's kind of the thoughts on the People squad. What do you guys think in the comments there in the Discord group? Please jump into that People's team chat. have a little bit of a chat about what you think we should do this week, and if we should be making a couple of trades or not. Obviously, still doing pretty well. We improved our ranking this week from the 1700s into the 1446 number there. So yeah, happy with that as a whole, and a pretty decent round 10 rank there at 6,253. I don't know why it says round 11 rank, but that's fine. And just under a 10,000 overall score in 10 rounds. So averaging just under 1,000 there. There you go. What can you say? I spoke about Walker as possibly someone that we might look to start moving on, but yeah, it could be that we have to use sort of 5 to 6 trades over the next 3 rounds, I'd say, at least 2 a week to get us to 15, and then we're kind of a bit scared going forward into 14, 15, up towards 17 and 18 there, where we be looking to make some heavy trades there. So that's the People Squad. Let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe, and jump in and hopefully enjoy all these videos that I'm popping out this week, where we can start to really build our teams coming into the Origin period. And this is kind of exactly what I was talking about being able to hold some of your trades through that first sort of round 5, 6, 7 was pretty important there. There was a couple of weeks that there weren't too many issues, and coming up into the most important time of the year, there's been a lot of guys that we had set for our teams for round 13 who aren't going to be there. And I think there was a lot of teams are sitting with like 13, 14 players, and having to make some trades in the last few weeks are sitting down at about 10 now. So yeah, it's going to be interesting how many players we can get on the park, and we'll work it out from there, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Catch you in the next one. Bye bye.